Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. Australian grandmother Susie has had her heart broken and bank account cleared 3 times by foreign men she met on the internet. She's even married to one of the scammers, Godfrey, who keeps asking her for money. But Susie doesn't want your sympathy.
So maybe that's what I was doing. It's buying love. And when I think back now, I think that's what I was doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the bride and groom right about now.
This is the moment Australian grandmother Susie marries an African man she met online in Uganda.
Well. Beautiful. This is what we've been waiting for all along.
It's Married at First Sight, only this is no reality TV show, and it all unfolds in front of a crowd of strangers.
Do you take on you Godfrey Kazungu to be my lawful husband? Men aren't all what they're wrapped up to be, and they can tell you a lot of lies, and especially to someone as gullible as me.
Susie could well be one of Australia's most gullible women.
You're almost brainwashed.
I was brainwashed.
It's a story that's as shocking as it is sad. Susie has fallen for not 1, not 2, but 3 love scams. And tonight she's courageously speaking out to warn others about her not so happy ending, which includes losing everything to one of her fake suitors.
How much money did we lose to him?
Just close to 300,000.
And despite investigations from shows like A Current Affair,
I absolutely hate him and I want to see him locked up in jail for the rest of his life.
and 60 Minutes,
Step out, everybody, step out.
Susie is the latest woman to admit she was lured online looking for love.
But I was actually just infatuated that a man was showing an interest to me.
The first man called himself David Fisher and passed himself off as a charming British man, but he was anything but.
How much money did he take?
76,000.
After a year of courtship, Susie foolishly allowed David Fisher access to her bank account to help transfer money for a laptop he wanted.
3 days later, my bank account was cleared out of my father's inheritance. It was all gone.
All up, David Fisher got away with $80,000, never to be heard from again. Around the same time, suitor number 2 enters the picture.
The photograph was of an American soldier.
This man called himself Johnson Williams and claimed to be with the United Nations fighting the Taliban.
And I understand how hard it must be to be away on deployment. And so I started chatting with him.
But 12 months on, sure enough, he too starts asking for money. Incredibly, Susie sells her home.
I went along with it because I felt, wow, I've actually got somebody in my life now and I'm committed to this man.
These are some of the big transactions that you made to Johnson. So this one, $69,000, $28,000, and this third one here, $56,000.
Yes.
Incredible.
It is.
While Susie was still oblivious to the scam, her bank wasn't. The bank told her they knew of at least 5 other women who had transferred money to the same account, claiming they were also in a relationship with Johnson.
When she said, look, this last transaction, we're going to do our damnedest to get it back for you. And they did. And it was a transaction to Ghana.
He was 22 when he scammed me. I believe now he's 25.
This woman turned detective to track down her scammer and outed him online.
I have baited him 3 times.
Using fake profiles?
Yes, using Avatar.
But it was the shocking case of grandmother Yetta Jacobs which should have served as a warning to all. She flew to South Africa believing she was starting a new relationship with an online lover, but was found dead.
She believed that she's found the man who wanted to fill that
gap she had in her life.
In that investigation, a 60 Minutes crew busted the scammers as they continued to lure in more Australian victims.
Everybody get down flat.
But none of these warnings prevented Susie in taking the biggest risk of all. After dealing with the loss of nearly $300,000 she'd transferred to Johnson, she then met Godfrey Kazungu from Uganda on Facebook, and it wasn't long before she hopped on a plane to meet her love.
I had nothing to lose. Godfrey loved me, no matter whether I had any money or not.
And then Godfrey proposed.
He did. Yes, he did. And I said yes. And we got married in Africa.
This was their wedding just 6 months ago.
To take up you, Susan Vera Karwana, to be my lawful wife.
Are you sending money to Godfrey?
Yes, I do. I don't like to use the word scam with it, but I believe that deep down in his heart, that is his motive, was to marry me and come to Australia.
If someone tries to form a relationship in a very short period of time, makes a number of excuses as to why they cannot meet up with you, yet ask you for money, that should ring the alarm bells.
Detective Superintendent Arthur Katsagiannis of the New South Wales Fraud Squad says it takes a lot of courage for people to come forward when they've been scammed.
This particular type of fraud is underreported, so we do want to encourage people who have been scammed to come forward.
Susie says she's now decided to speak out to warn others not to be as foolish as she is.
And I'm not proud of what I've done, don't get me wrong, I'm not proud of it. I just want it to be known to other women and men that this is what happens. You're not alone, you know. These people are evil, how they manipulate your mind.
So many vulnerable people out there. Susie is now looking into having her marriage to Godfrey annulled.